Hey guys, in this video we're going to paint the cute little penguin. To get started, make sure you have your canvas out and ready. You'll need an assortment of brush sizes, a jar of water, a cup, something to put water in to clean your brushes, paper towels, dry your brushes off, and of course your paints. In this painting, we'll be using the burnt orange color, blue, red, black, and white. The easiest way to get your paints out of your little tubs, just take your lid off and just one little scoop, maybe 2 scoops. I did 2 scoops of white for this one just in case I needed it. But a little scoop of red, a little scoop of blue, orange, and black. And then between each scoop of color, you're gonna wanna wipe your butter knife off. I just use a towel, wipe it clean, and go into the next pot. That way you're not contaminating each different color with the other colors, and you're keeping them nice and clean to use for other paintings. All right, so to get started, we're gonna do the background, the sky area, and I'm gonna use this medium-sized brush, and we're gonna mix up a very nice light blue. So just a little bit of blue and with a lot of white. It really doesn't take very much blue at all, just a little dab. So get that mixed up, and it doesn't have to be stirred together perfectly. And you're just gonna come in and start filling in everything around your penguin. I'm gonna lift my canvas just so I don't paint my table. Just nice, smooth, thin coat of paint. You don't want big, thick globs, so just get them nice and spread out. Come around his little hat here. Just take your time, go around all the pencil lines. Just gonna flip it. There, got my whole sky, the whole background area filled in. Next, we'll do this bottom part, the ground he's on. It's gonna be snowy, so I'm just gonna paint that white. I'm gonna get the blue cleaned out on my brush. And dry it off on a towel. Just make sure you get that blue out of there. You don't want the rest of your painting to be blue. So just some white paint. And you're gonna paint the ground. Go around his little feet. Now that you've got that all filled in, smooth down all your globs. I'm gonna take just a little bit with my dirty brush. It's a little bit of my light blue from the sky. I'm just gonna lightly brush it through, put some shadows kind of under his body, just so there's like a little bit of shadow in the snow. So just tiny bit of that light blue, and then you can kind of spread it out using some white. Next, we're gonna paint the belly of our penguin, and that's gonna be just white. Gonna go, you can paint right over the face. If you're worried you're not gonna be able to see your pencil lines, it's really, you don't need to worry. Just so long, what is that? Just so long as you have thin paint. If you're gobbing it on, you're not gonna see the face, but just, you put it on and just spread it out nice and thin. And you're gonna do this whole area inside of the penguin. So it's all filled in with my white. Next, I'm going to do his hat, and I'm gonna paint the ball white. And then the hat part, I'm gonna make a nice shade of pink. So I'm gonna take I'm not gonna clean my brush, there's still white on it. Take a little bit of red and mix it in with quite a bit of white. And then go ahead and paint the top part first. And then the bottom part, I'm gonna take my dirty brush, take a nice big scoop of white, and just stir it over to the side so I get a slightly lighter shade of pink. And I'm gonna paint the brim this lighter shade. And if you don't want your penguin to have a pink hat, you can change it. You can make it a nice darker blue, just so long as it's darker than the sky, so you can see the difference between the hat and the sky. That would be cute as well. You can make it a light orange even. Whatever you decide. So I've got the hat done for now. Now we're gonna paint the flippers, his little feet, and his beak. And we're gonna make a nice light orange. So using our dirty brush, it's got the pink on it. Take a nice scoop of your orange color and stir it in with your, so mix your pink and your orange together. You make this nice, pretty, pastel-y, corally orange color. I'm gonna paint his beak and his flippers. And if you want to use a smaller brush, feel free. Same on the other little foot. And there we go. I'm gonna clean out my brush. No, I'm not. I'm just gonna kind of wipe it out so I don't have very much paint on it. And then just taking a little bit of white and whatever was on my brush, I'm gonna make a lighter version of the same color. And I'm gonna add just a little bit of red to it. So it's like a rosy, pinkish, corally color. And that's gonna be the color of the cheeks. Probably should be using a smaller brush. Yep. Switching over to the smaller brush. Get his little cheeks on. Then I'm gonna add a little bit more red to this color. Don't need to clean your brush. Nice little scoop of red. So it's more of a pinkish, bright pink. And I'm gonna put some little lines on the brim of his hat. Make it just a little bit of an outline over here. So next I'm gonna paint the outside of his body and his eyes black. So I'll start with the eyes and use my small brush. Get those little eye circles filled in. Very little paint at a time. It's easy to get big globs in small spaces. And now I'm gonna do the body. So I'll start up here maybe. And just take your time. Stay in the lines. Spread out globs. gonna put a thin little line under his belly here, between the feet. I'm using a small brush for fairly big spaces. Like this is probably more of a medium brush kind of job here on this wing. Just make sure you are, excuse me, spreading out your paint, because it's so much easier to get globs with a smaller brush, because the bristles are not as wide, so the paint wants to pool on either side of the bristles. So just make sure you're getting that spread out. And then go back through. It's very easy to get like little spots of canvas still wanting to show through. Black is so dark, but it's very obvious when you miss spots. So just go back through and tidy it up where needed. On my next step, oh, I see a big blob. Big old blob. My next step is snowflakes. I'm just gonna paint little circle flakes. I don't have any white left. Gonna get a little scoop out of my thing. Make sure your brush is clean when you go in back into your tub. You don't wanna make all your paint dirty. This is my 5th painting and I still have lots of white left. Doing good. So I'm just gonna go through and put little circles all over for snowflakes. And there you go. We got all our little snowflakes. Another little thing to do, we're going to put little dots in his eyes, like reflective light, kind of towards the top. And maybe a little highlight on the side of the hat, a little swoop. I'm gonna kind of come down his beak, a little swoop on his beak. On the side of his toes. And let's see, where else does it need a little swoop? Maybe on his flipper. There. I think we're done with this one. If you want to fluff his his hat, feel free. You can just kind of go out on the edges so that he's got a fluffy ball. Just make it dirty. Not dirty, but you know what I mean, messy. Sorry. I guess I said dirty because my brush is kind of dirty. It's kind of getting a little gray in there. That's okay. Kind of works. It works. Now I'm gonna sign it. I like to sign down on the bottom right hand corner. I'm gonna make a little bit darker blue. So just a little scoop of blue and with my already light blue. So this will show up pretty good, but not be, you know, a focal point of my painting. Thin it out. It's a little easier to do a signature if your paint is thinner. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. And I'm just gonna sign right here. And we're done. I hope you enjoyed painting this cute little penguin with me. This one is cute, I really like it. I would love to see your finished paintings. If you wanna share with me, you can go onto Facebook. You could post right to my wall, my business page, at Paint Willy-Nilly, using the little @ symbol. You could post to the wall, or you can send me a private message. Either one is fine by me. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.